One of these three people will be responsible for the safety of over 25 million men, women, and children this summer. What is your name, please?
My name is Kenneth Rooney.
What is your name, please?
My name is Kenneth Rooney.
What is your name,
My
please?
name is Kenneth Rooney.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one is the real Kenneth Rooney and is the only one sworn to tell the truth.
Geritol, America's #1 tonic. Geritol, the fast-acting, high-potency tonic that helps you feel stronger fast, presents To Tell the Truth.
And now, here is our host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much. Good evening. And welcome once again on a showery evening to Tell the Truth. Now I'd like to introduce our panel, if I may. What is your name, please?
My name is Polly Bergen.
My name is Jackie Cooper.
My name is Kitty Carlisle.
And my name is Hy Gardner.
You nearly got it there,
Well, what can I say, Polly? There aren't words enough to describe how happy we are to have you back.
Oh, it's been so long, I almost forgot my name.
I almost forgot how to ask you, as a matter of fact. Hey, you really broke records and everything out there in Las
Oh, it was
Vegas,
a tremendous thrill. They were so wonderful to me at the Riviera, I can't tell you.
With good reason.
Love
with
to go
good
back.
reason. Oh, don't go back. Stay with us.
Okay.
Now, these three gentlemen, as you heard, all claim to be Kenneth Rooney. Only one, of course, is the real Kenneth Rooney. The other two have merely assumed his identity, and they're the ones who do not have to stick to the truth. Panel, as is our custom, there are copies of affidavits in front of you. If you will please follow along, I'll read from the original. I, Kenneth Rooney, am the senior chief lifeguard at the busiest bathing beach in the world, Coney Island in Brooklyn, New York. I have been on the life-saving squad there for 9 years, the last 5 as chief, and currently have 90 guards, 88 lieutenants, and 5 other chiefs on my staff. This past 4th of July weekend, over 3 million people swam at our beach. We are proud of the fact that with a record number of people in the water, our safety precautions were such that it was necessary for us to make only 3 rescues. Signed, Kenneth Rooney. Okay, panel, as you heard, these 3 gentlemen all claim to be Kenneth Rooney, senior chief lifeguard. Only the real Kenneth Rooney must answer your questions truthfully. Each of you will question as usual until you hear this signal. At the end of the questioning period, you'll be asked to register your vote for the one who, in your opinion, is the real Kenneth Rooney. And let's begin our questioning tonight with welcome back, Polly Bergen.
Thank you, Bud. Number one, who gives you the most trouble in the water, children or women?
Women.
Women? Do they honestly, has a woman ever pulled a fake drowning on you?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Many times.
What do you do when you get out and find out they aren't? Drowning, I mean.
What do you...
I thought you meant women.
You have to go through the whole routine, regardless. You never can tell when someone is fooling. You don't take any chances.
Oh, I see. It would be wonderful if you could knock them out. That would sort of pay back the whole thing. Number 2.
No.
Well, I think that's terrible. Somebody could really be drowning while they're fooling around.
Yes, Polly.
And that's
Sorry.
why I
Number
say you
2.
never take chances.
Number 2, where do the subway trains stop at Coney Island?
Stillwell Avenue.
Jackie Cooper.
Number 3, is it true that you have to wear a top to your bathing suit at Coney Island?
No, it isn't.
Nobody has to wear a top?
Well, you wouldn't, but Miss Bergen or Miss Carlisle would.
Number 1, as a Coney Island lifeguard, are you allowed to make dates with the girls on the beach?
No, not permitted.
No. Number 2, what's the name of the most famous hot dog stand in Coney Island?
Nathan's.
Number 3, what's the name of the most famous hot dog stand in Coney Island?
Nathan's.
All right.
Kitty Carlisle.
Number 1, would you prefer never to go in the water without equipment to save someone?
No.
You would prefer not to go in without equipment?
You asked me if I would prefer to go in without equipment?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't go in the water without equipment.
You take a buoy or some sort of help.
No, when someone is calling for help, or we see someone in need of help, there is more than one of us.
Oh, more than one goes in. You never go in alone.
At least two.
I see. Number two, would a person who disrobes on the beach be arrested?
Yes, they would be.
On what charge?
Causing a crowd to collect.
Well, yeah, you know. And it would, too.
Not what I had in mind.
Number three, what is the quickest way, next to swimming, to drive from Times Square to Coney Island?
The Link Belt.
The who?
Link Belt
Link Belt.
Road.
Number one, what is the name of the famous hotel at the tip of Coney Island?
The Half Moon Hotel? It's no longer the Half Moon Hotel.
It's the No Moon Hotel now. Number two, what did they call the boat line that used to ply from the Battery to Coney Island? Do you remember the name of the line?
What is that, please?
The name of the boat line that used to ply from the Battery to Coney Island.
Circle Line.
That's it, panel. Time to vote. If you will, please, without any consultation, just mark your ballots. And in so doing, select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Remember, the team of challengers gets $250 for every incorrect vote. Ballots all marked? Polly, how about yours? For whom did you vote?
Well, I think it's number 2. But I voted for number 1 because number 2 looks so young to be there for 9 years, but it's probably him because 1 and 3 are so broad that it looks like they are supposed to look like lifeguards.
Welcome back. There's 3 more of us here. You can wait.
Jackie Cooper.
Well, I voted for number 1 because number 2 doesn't have much of a sunburn, and number 3 looks like he's got makeup on.
That's interesting.
Kitty, what about your selection?
Well, I voted for number 2, Polly's first choice, because he is the right color. I figure he's the only one who's been there ever since the season started.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And High Gardner.
Could I change my vote?
Sorry, it's a little late.
Well, I voted for number 3 because he knows how to get there as well as how to come back from Coney Island. And the orange bathing suit gets me. I've always enjoyed orange lifesavers.
It's the heat, ladies and gentlemen. Believe me, it affects us all. But anyway, we've made up our minds and given you some kind of reasons. Let's see how well we did as we discover which one of these gentlemen is the real senior chief lifeguard. So, will the real Kenneth Rooney please stand up?
You wouldn't let me change my vote.
It's not my fault. Things are going on just as before.
Everything else is red.
Exactly.
Number 1, would you tell us who you really are and what you do, please?
I am Ed Flynn. I am Pierce Superintendent at 97 North River, New York City.
Thank you, sir. And number 3, what about you?
My name is Andy Murphy, and I'm a nut and bolt salesman from Chicago.
And I'll tell you something, that is not makeup, is it?
No.
Thank you very much.
That's the reddest nose I ever had.
Well, it was a pretty active weekend, I guess, the 4th of July weekend. As we check over things here, we find that there were 1, 2, 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $750 from Geritol. Thank you very much, gentlemen. On your way out, you'll find an apothecary jar of Geritol for each of you. Good night and good luck. Now may we...
What is your name, please?
My name is Fred R. Dixon.
What is your name, please?
My name is Fred R. Dixon.
What is your name, please?
My name is Fred R. Dixon.
Now, panel, will you follow along with this affidavit? I, Fred R. Dixon, have been in prison work most of my adult life. I have worked in prisons in 3 different states. In 1956, I was voted Warden of the Year by the Wardens Association of America. I am presently the warden of the California State Prison at San Quentin. Signed, Fred R. Dixon. Panel, you've just heard these three gentlemen who are approaching their seats at the challenger's position claim to be Fred R. Dixon, the warden of San Quentin. Let's begin this cross-examination with Jackie Cooper. Jackie?
Number one, I never been to San Quentin. I mean, as a visitor, that is. Do they have women prisoners in San Quentin?
No.
Oh, no. Number two, what do they call San Quentin in the underworld slang?
Q.
Q. Number three, when a prisoner is released from prison, what do you give him?
Give him a suit of clothes and $40.
Number two, what's your name?
Fred R. Dixon.
Dixon. Number one, how long have you been the warden at San Quentin?
Since September 4th, 1957.
Kitty?
Number two, exactly where is San Quentin?
It's opposite San Francisco,
How far from the city?
exactly 17 miles across the Golden Gate Bridge.
Number three, how many prisoners are in your prison right now?
I hope they all are.
I didn't expect that either. Number one, do you have to be at all prison executions?
No.
Number two, what are the average is there anything in common that the condemned man asks for in the way of food?
Well, he has his choice of anything he wants.
What do they usually ask for?
Steak, I think.
I would imagine they wouldn't be hungry at all.
Number three, who was the former warden at San Quentin who wrote a book?
That was
San
Warden
Quentin?
Duffy.
What was his first name? Do you remember?
Clinton Duffy.
Number two, from San Quentin, you can see the old site of the 1939 or 1940 San Francisco World's Fair. What do they call that island?
Treasure Island.
Number one, what is the name of a famous author convict whose death sentence was commuted about 6 or 7 times?
Carol Chessman.
Number one, what is the form of capital?
Polly?
Number three, it says you were voted Warden of the Year in 1956. Do the prisoners get to vote?
No.
Well, why not? I mean, wouldn't they know who the best warden is more than anybody else?
Unless they've been in many other prisons.
Oh.
There's also a danger the voting may be crooked.
Oh, Number two, who is the warden of Sing Sing?
Denon.
Number one, there is a woman's prison, a rather famous woman's prison in California. What is the name of that prison?
Corona.
That's it. Once again, it's time to vote. So without consultation, will you please mark your ballots and select thereby number one, number two, or number three? Polly, you're mulling.
Well, the last answer got me confused.
Oh?
Oh,
All right. For whom did you vote?
I voted for number two. I thought it was number one, but I thought the famous woman's... Well, I really did. But I thought the famous woman's prison in California was Tehachapi, and he said something else, but I may be wrong, but I voted for number two.
All right. Jackie Cooper, your vote.
I voted for number two.
Oh, now I know.
But I don't have near as many reasons as Polly. Number one didn't know about Tehachapi, and I'm just very suspicious about number three, that's all.
Okay. Kitty?
Well, I voted for number one. I don't know anything about women's prisons, and he looks like the nicest face to have been voted the best warden of 1956.
Honey, that doesn't call for a nice face.
Just good staying power.
That's right.
Hi, Gardner.
Well, I voted for number three strictly because of the fact that he knew the name of the former warden, Clinton T. Duffy, who was a friend of mine.
Okay, there we are with our rhymes and reasons. If you're playing along with us at home, let's see whether you're right or we're wrong or vice versa, or how many is who and how come, as we discover which one of these gentlemen is the real warden of San Quentin. So will the real Fred R. Dixon please stand up?
I guess I don't know much about women's prisons.
We're about to hatch you for you in any event. Number 2, would you tell us who you really are and what you do, please?
Yes, my name is Wayne Watson, and administrative assistant in public relations at IBM.
Thank you, sir. And number 3, what about you?
My name is George W. Hutchinson, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Army, commanding officer of the Army Recruiting Service in New York City.
Well, gentlemen, we thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. We enjoyed having you here. As we check up, we find there were 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total, again, of $750 in Geritol. Enjoy it, and also the apothecary jar of Geritol, which you find on your way out. Good night, and the best of good luck to you. Our third team of challengers, please.
One of these young ladies is just about the talkingest gal in the country. What is your name, please?
My name is Sue Huron. I live at 3240 Fremont Avenue South in Minneapolis, Minnesota. However, I'm not right there at the moment.
Thank you very much, ma'am. What is your name, please?
My name is Sue Huron. Sounds Indian, does it? Well, when I was little, the kids used to call me a
Thank you, ma'am. What is your name, please?
My name is Sue Huron. I can't tell you how wonderful it is to really see New York City for the first time. Coming from a small...
Thank you, ma'am. All right, Mr. Collier.
All right, panel, will you please follow along with your copies of this affidavit? I, Sue Huron, am a marathon talking champion. I have had no formal training in this field, but being one of a family of 6 daughters undoubtedly helped. I am a recent college graduate, and I plan to continue my studies in either law or speech therapy. In either career, my ability to verbalize extemporaneously should come in handy. Last month, in a contest sponsored jointly by a furniture store and a radio station in Fayetteville, North Carolina, I spoke without food or rest for 92 consecutive hours. I talked on books, babysitting, table setting, flying saucers, etc., etc., etc. Signed, Sue Huron. Well, these 3 chatty ladies all claim to be Sue Huron, long distance marathon talker. And we'd start this round of questioning with Hi Gardner. Hi?
Number 1, you're the marathon talking champ around here. Are you married?
No, I'm not. I'm Miss Sue Huron.
Uh-huh.
I plan to get married sometime very soon, but I just haven't found anybody that I can...
Very lucky. Number 2, what is the nearest Army base to Fayetteville?
The nearest Army base is Fort Bragg. It's about 10 miles outside the
Fort
city.
Bragg. And what is the newspaper in Fayetteville? The Observer, the Clarion, or the Tribune?
Oh, it's the Observer.
Uh-huh. Number 3, what in Congress do they call it when somebody talks like you do?
They call it a filibuster. In other words, they just talk on and on without stopping.
Thank you, dear. Number 1, at what speed do you talk? 33, 45, or 78?
Well, I've never really had it officially timed. Frankly, I think I'm a 78 RPM talker myself.
And when you're at a I challenge you to talk.
Well, I'm glad you finally got my kind of woman on the show. Number 3, what is the city in North Carolina that holds the Azalea Festival?
I had a chance to go to the festival.
I know, but what's the name of the
there,
city?
but I don't know.
Number 2, what's the name of the city that has the...
I've heard about these.
Number 1, did you give me the name of the city? And
Luther Burbank and I never got along at all. I don't know anything about Azaleas or anything like that. With the,
Number 2, but number 1, why did you quit after 92 hours?
After 92 hours? Well, I'd broken the record. What point was there in going on?
Number 2, why did you quit?
I was hungry. I was so hungry. I was eating hams and potatoes and steaks. And, I just wanted to eat so badly, so I just quit. I wanted to eat.
Number 3.
Jackie Cooper.
I'm exhausted.
92 hours. Wow. Number 1, have you ever lost an argument?
Never. Heaven.
All right. Now, this, number 2, it says here you won this talking contest, and you're not married. Now, what does the publicity on having won a talking contest do to your chances of getting married?
Oh, it helps him. I get my boyfriend now.
Oh, it does help. Number 2, who talked you into coming into this program?
Nobody had to talk to me. I just wanted to come to New York. All my expenses paid. I mean, who wouldn't come to New York?
Number 3, we asked why she stopped at 90. Number 3...
No, I didn't ask number 3.
Kitty Carlisle.
And number 1, did you really talk for 92 hours without stopping for anything?
Well, we got a 5-minute break every 2 hours. And we could
that
pause
makes me
15
feel better.
seconds
Thank you very
between
much.
sentences.
Number 2, would you answer yes or no? Were there any men in the contest?
Yes, there were.
There were. Number 3, how long do you think your record will stand?
Well, as a matter of fact, it's already been broken as of Saturday. This lady talked for 93 and a half hours, which is 1.5 hours more than I was able to
Was
do.
she talking simultaneously with you?
Oh, no, it was in a different part of the country. In fact, I think it was in the Midwest.
I think we've been off the air
I
for 5 minutes.
Okay, once again, it's time to vote, panel. So will you please mark your ballots, and as usual, select number 1, number 2, or number 3. You all set, Polly?
Yep.
For whom did you vote this time?
Well, both the other times I went away from my hunches. This time I always thought it was number 2, though I can't understand why she didn't know where the Azalea Festival is held in North Carolina, because that's the biggest thing that happens in that state every year. It's Wilmington, in case anyone ever asks you on a contest.
Winner and new champion. Jackie Cooper.
I voted for number 2. They all 3 talked pretty good, but number 2 seems the least, like rehearsed for this to me. Very legitimate reason.
Kitty?
I voted for number 3 because I felt the other 2 talked so fast they couldn't maintain it. Number 3 had a kind of more easy, slow delivery.
Hi?
Well, I voted for number 2, but I think it was number 3 because she's the quiet type.
Yes, Polly.
But I voted for number 2 because she knew that Fort Hood was near Fayetteville, and it is.
Well, there you are. The votes are all in. The mind's made up. That's the way we make up our minds. We cast our votes, which proves that the minds have been made up. And since the minds have been made up and our votes have been cast, we're hoping as you cast your votes, too, at home, we're going to find out right now which one of these people is the real marathon talking champion. So,
All right.
well, the real Sue Huron, please stand up. Well, you came back strong on that one. Instead of being only Kitty, there were 3 on that, and only 1 out in the field here. So let's find out from number 2 now, number 1 rather, who you are really and what you do.
My name is Doris Craig. I'm a former advertising copywriter, and my husband and I are now in the commercial jingle business.
And number 3, what about you?
I'm Lenore Lambert, and I'm a secretary for the Dale Carnegie Organization. You know, how to win friends and influence people.
By talking. Well, I must say we've been treated to quite a bit of verbosity tonight that I don't think has really left us speechless. We'll find out next week whether it has or not, but they seemed like they could have gone on and on and on and on, especially number 1. What led you to number 2? Were you right this time, Kitty?
No. I thought the number 2 couldn't maintain such a pace.
I don't know what drove you off it, but in any event, we're maintaining it right now as we check and find out that there were exactly 1 incorrect vote for $250 from Geritol. But I hope you had fun, ladies. On your way out, stop and pick up your jar of Geritol tablets. And thanks so much for being with us. Good night and the best of good luck. Fresh out of words, but I'm glad we're not fresh out of Polly. Welcome back again. And Jackie, can't thank you enough for being with us. It's always a joy.
Oh, thank you, Bud. I'm going to miss you. I hope to get back here for a little while in the fall, and if somebody isn't occupying the chair, I'd love to see you.
You just hurry back and knock on the door. We'll make room for you.
Thank you.
Next week, we'll have as our guest Ozzie Nelson. So I guess that's it for tonight, except to say good night, panel.
Good night, Bud.
And this is Bud Collier saying good night from Geritol and reminding all of you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production in association with the CBS Television Network. Miss Bergen Down by Wilma.